Good morning. Welcome to your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We have some very nice conditions across the region this morning. That's going to be the case throughout the end of the week. We'll see temperatures today in the lower 80s, and then we'll see temperatures fall back into the highs only in the lower 70s for the rest of the week. No chance of precipitation or lightning for today, and that will extend through the rest of the work week before we see some rainfall moving in for the weekend. So taking a look at our sounding from this morning, we have a freezing level of 12,000 feet. Winds in general are the west-southwest and about 10 to 15 knots in low levels, then increasing up to 50 knots at 9,000 feet, and seeing a peak wind at 75 knots this morning at 25,000 feet. Our current surface analysis, we have cold front off the coast. We have a few upper level disturbances that are going to pivot through the region for this week. No real weather that's going to be associated with those, just a slight increase of our cloud coverage. We'll have a dry atmosphere across the region. That's not going to give us any chances of precipitation with these upper level disturbances. Just a wind shift and a slight increase in our cloud coverage. So taking a look at our current satellite imagery across the region, see mostly clear skies across the region, nice morning across the area. Then looking at the HERM model for the next 2 days, really not much in the way of weather across the region, just an increase of our cloudiness across the area for tonight with that weak upper level disturbance pivoting through the region. And then for tomorrow, nice conditions once again, plentiful sunshine before we see a little bit of cloud coverage increase for the, once again, evening and overnight hours with another upper level disturbance moving through the region. Taking a look at the GFS model for the next few days, you can see here just fairly nice conditions, weak areas of high pressure building in the region and then moving off the coast as this upper level trough over the Great Lakes pivots through those weak disturbances. We'll see Hurricane Ian start to make approach to Florida once we move into the middle to end of the week. That's going to give those locations some poor weather, and we'll continue to track that system as it most likely will stall out off the Florida coast for Thursday and Friday and weaken rapidly once it moves towards the coast, as we'll see a remarkable increase of shear across the region as compared to today. And that will most likely weaken the system fairly quickly as it approaches the coast for Friday. And then once it moves up into our region for Saturday into Sunday, we'll see some rainfall increase across the region as well as some slightly breezy onshore flow. That's going to continue to move through the region for Saturday into Sunday, giving us some unsettled weather for the weekend. So taking a look at Hurricane Ian this morning, the satellite imagery, very nice looking hurricane this morning. You see concentric bands around the hurricane. Looks like this will deepen very quickly for today into tomorrow before it moves over the western half of Cuba. And that will most likely intensify into a major hurricane possibly by this evening. And taking a look at the Hurricane Center's forecast, you can see it as a major hurricane moving through the western tip of Cuba and then maintaining a major hurricane as it moves towards the Tampa Bay region just off the coast, and then should weaken, as I mentioned, as the shear increases across the region for Thursday and Friday, and wouldn't be surprised this hurricane rapidly weakens from our major into maybe possibly a Category 1 hurricane. As we move back into our weather across the region, we're going to have good conditions today. Green chart across the board. We'll see a high of 81 degrees, a low tonight of 59. We'll see slightly breezy southwesterly winds today, gusting up as high as 20 knots. And then tonight we'll see northwesterly winds 5 to 10 knots. Our 24-hour total forecast going to see VFR conditions today, just that increase of the mid-cloudiness for this afternoon into the evening hours, and we'll see some serious cloudiness as well. So by 2200 local, we'll see a broken deck around 10,000 as well as 25,000. We'll see continue mostly cloudy skies through tomorrow morning, and then we'll see good amount of sunshine once we move past about 9 to 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. With that trough moving off the coast, our cloud coverage should decrease, and we'll see some sunny skies. Our tides are currently running normal, and looking at Tuesday and a Wednesday. Tuesday mostly sunny, partly cloudy and pleasant, high of 75. Tuesday night partly cloudy and cooler, low of 53. And for Wednesday, partly cloudy and pleasant, a high of 72 degrees. Green chart across the board for Tuesday through Wednesday. And then for the next 7 days, looking like we'll have the warmest day today at 81, 75 for tomorrow. And then we'll see slightly below average temperatures from Wednesday through Friday with highs only in the lower 70s, overnight lows in the 50s. Then we'll see more onshore flow as the remnants of Ian moves towards the region for Saturday and Sunday, especially the moisture associated with the system. And that's going to give us a good chance of rainfall for the weekend. And some of that rain could be heavy, and that will depend on where Ian ends up going after it does make landfall somewhere in Florida as it appears now. And we'll continue to monitor that, but could be seeing some beneficial rain across the region as we have been quite dry across the area with right now 70% chance of rainfall on Saturday, Sunday, but adjust those percentages as we get closer to that system moving through the region. Well, that's going to complete our 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. I hope everybody has a great day today. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning at 8:15 and 10 a.m.